Oh, we're recording. Okay.
Aaron, I made sure to have this present for you since you thought my dark attire last week was planned.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. He's put a collar on and everything. I should have done that. I'm dead. I should be wearing black too.
So we begin. Is this the fourth session?
Session 5.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, we had the zero session.
No, but there's the in the worst fantasy novel ever written. There's the prologue, which was the first session, and then there's 3 chapters. So this is chapter 4.
I'm pulling on my notes.
So then this would be the fourth session.
No,
this would be 5.
This would be the 5th session.
So
it's 0 to 4.
Oh.
I always number the notes, and the last week was session 5.
Okay. No, the last week was session 4.
Yes.
No way we're on
Correct.
6.
We're not on
No,
six.
we're on 5. I missed it.
Yeah.
We're on
5. All right.
Like
So we begin the 5th session of the as yet not permanently titled Yanjing campaign. We rejoin the party back in the walled city of Yanjing on the 7th floor in the practice of good Reverend Dr. Victor T. Flacco's establishment, where the sound of a half-orc's body dropping to the floor wakes up Narjal.
Yep.
Who did not get the chance to meditate this morning, so does not have any spells, correct?
I think this might be one day after.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I think you did create a fungus.
Yes, I did.
So you used one spell today. You used one level 1 spell.
Okay,
cool. To create a fungus. But I think you guys took a down day because Flick is fucked.
Like a box.
So you didn't go out and do a bunch of stuff today.
Okay. Well, I wake up, I yell about it.
Okay.
I yell about what's going on, and I immediately cast Grasping Vine.
Okay. Well, let's roll initiative.
And I still get a surprise round, or she gets a surprise round.
Her surprise round was putting
Bottle
Buckleton.
Like a bag of hammers. And she shivved him with her butterfly knives.
Yep.
Both kidneys. Either
Both.
side.
Both of them.
Both.
Both of them.
Both of them.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, you know Bo. Both of 'em.
Okay. Anyone above 15?
Oh shit! I gotta roll.
It's a D12, Jake.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Anyone above a 10?
Got
Uh,
13 for
I got a
Flacco.
15 on the nose, Dan.
Okay. Wick got a 15. Vic got a 13. Nardraw got a 12. Orthog, you're at 4. Okay. Battle time, you should roll because you at the end of the last session you did stabilize. So you could be brought up and you could participate at some point.
So wait. You said whose needs to stabilize? Battle 10 needs to stabilize?
He did stabilize. That was like the last roll of last session.
Gotcha.
Yep. Perfect. Alright. 10.
Okay.
This is the highest initiative modifier I've ever had.
What is-
9. I think Mirror Academy is like 2.
It's crazy. How do you get, how is it on?
There's a lot of special half open inquisitor stuff going on.
Hell yeah.
Where most of it's coming from.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say you don't act on the surprise round. It happens on her round
Mm-hmm.
that him hitting the ground wakes you up.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, Flick and Good Reverend Doctor's turns pass before you get to act.
But I still get to act.
Yeah, because they're sleeping.
Okay.
So
So I scream about it. And then I grasp vines, infusing it with 1d4 acid damage.
Oh,
So let's see, CMB. Seven. Okay,
Cocked.
it is not.
It really looked cocked, but okay.
Are you gonna say cocked?
Yeah.
It's about like that.
Before you grabbed it, it was cocked.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna roll again. We're going with that. Okay. So 23.
23. Okay.
I know that name is exactly.
She is grappled and she takes 1d6 points
Oh, that's
damage.
huge.
1d4.
4.
That's huge because of
Nice.
keep going.
Now
I got it.
Okay. Battle time. You are resting.
Yep.
On her turn.
oh, it's her turn now. She's just gonna fucking break the crap.
That's huge because that's gonna be her round.
Yeah.
You took that. No, wait a minute.
Let's see.
Or she just go nuts and still asleep.
I'm gonna make an escape party on the 10.
Damn, he's using that action die.
Scott now, dude.
I love it.
Okay.
Two
So
breaks.
you got it was a, what was it?
23.
23? Okay. She got 28 on her escape artist check, which when the grapple is established, you get a +4 bonus on grapple to maintain it. So she had to beat the 27.
Oh. I know.
Grapples can be hard to establish, but once they're established, they're pretty bad.
Damn right.
Remember Gilva?
Not in this case. But
Gilva don't took no mess, man. Lock you, hem you right up, dude. Gilva doesn't play.
Do you not?
Actually, it would be the grappler CMD, which would be the bonus is 7, right?
mm-hmm.
So it would have been 21. But anyway. Yeah, I think if it's opposed grappler, then it's you're going against number. So she squirms her way out of the grasping vine and kneels down over Battleton, putting
Oh, good.
her blade to his neck.
Oh, no.
And says to Narjal, don't try anything else.
Okay.
Orthog, give me a perception check.
1.
He sleeps through Narjal's scream for help.
Man. Yeah,
Flick,
that's a 1. That's 7.
He's a sound sleeper.
Hmm. Oh,
Hello?
hell yeah.
however, a turtle snores.
Um, ba, ba, ba. Uh, 19.
19. Okay. You awake with a start after hearing Narjal yell for help.
And I can see this roguish individual with a knife to Bottleton's throat.
You cannot. I am assuming you guys are somewhat spread out. So, Orthog, Good Reverend Doctor, and Flick, you are in the office. And Battleton and Narjal are in the examination room.
Okay, and all I heard
There's
was
the vestibule.
Narjal's scream, I guess.
Huh?
And so all I heard was Narjal's yell.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make my way to see what the fuss is about.
Okay.
No, the fuss is just me telling you all about it really loudly.
So, getting up is a move action, and then you're using your move action to get into the room, or
Yeah, just to take a full round to just get in there. That's fine.
and in the room you see the thief standing over Battleton's body with a blade at his neck, and both of her butterfly knives are dripping blood, and there is a pool of blood under Battleton's unconscious body. I believe you remember he was keeping watch for the night. So you're fairly certain she's the reason he's on the ground.
Okay. Well, I guess I used, all my actions, but I guess for a free action, I'll just put my hands up and say, what can we do to ensure his safety?
All right. Good Reverend Doctor, give me a perception check.
11.
11.
Yeah.
That is sufficient for being woken up by a scream.
All right.
You also wake up with a start, just in time to see Flick exit the room and hold his hand up.
Okay. Do I need to expend a standard action to get up, or?
You can stand up as a move action. It would incur an attack of opportunity, but there's no one around to take that attack of opportunity on you. And you still have your standard action.
I would like to, yeah. Stand up as a move action, use my standard action to creep to the edge of the door. Very stealthily and sneakily and rattly.
Really?
Do you want to make a stealth check?
I do.
You may.
That is a 14.
14.
14 stealth check. Pretty stealthy.
Give me a perception check.
That is an 18.
18. Okay, peeking around the corner or the doorway,
Uh-huh.
You see this woman standing over Battleton's body,
Uh-huh.
and her eyes are glancing back and forth between Flick and Narjal. Battleton, no.
Okay.
Um, and there is a moment where her eyes meet yours as she adds you to the rotation of people that she is, keeping tabs on. So she did spot you.
Okay. From the cover, like I see her see me is
Mhm.
what we're doing. As that's happening from the peeking, I see her see me peeking from the door, hidden in from view. I'll cast that bungle as a swift action on her.
Okay.
And then that's a standard action, a move action, and a swift action for me.
Okay. Is that a is there a save with that?
I
Have a cheesy good time.
think let's find out here. I have this pulled up. Will save, saving throw, will save.
Okay. We'll save. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a fail.
Okay.
She bungled.
Yeah.
What was the check?
Call me.
Well, she's gonna
Mr.
take a
Bungle.
-10 on her next attack roll. Or ability check, I think.
Does she feel that?
What's the spell that does that?
Bungle.
Magic is always obvious.
Yeah.
Unless you do something to make it not obvious, it's always obvious. So the good Reverend Doctor glowed with, malevolent energy, and that energy transferred and glowed around her for a moment. And it's now kind of like shimmering around her hands.
I say, all right then.
All right, well, it's your turn, Mr. Dwarf.
I say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how angry did that make you?
She, you can see her hands moving around the handles of her daggers, as though she's trying to fix her grip that she feels is not where it's supposed to be. And she says, I'm pretty fucking calm.
Yeah, she's cool. Okay. I cast no direction.
Okay.
And I point in the direction and I say, compass north. Don't kill him. And I yield the remainder of my time.
Remind me, is the grasping vine a concentration spell?
Grasping Vine is, it just lasts for 2 rounds.
Right, so this is still another round.
Yeah.
You can try to grapple with it again if you
I
want.
feel as though if I try to engage her,
Okay.
she's gonna kill. Well, okay. Hold on.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the first time
Yeah, this is
that
the
you've
first on
used
level
the grab.
two.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
the first time it's lasted 2 rounds. I just
No,
wanted to
that's
remind
fair.
you that it does last an additional round.
Which one do?
Well, okay, I know just from a player perspective, can we open it up to the group? Are we attacking this bitch? All right. I say, you're about to get a lot angrier.
Yeah.
And let's go, baby.
Very good.
All right. I am going to, is this going to be opposed grapple?
No,
When
it's
she
just
tries
her
to break it?
CMD.
Okay.
It's going to be her escape artist attempt when she attempts to break it.
Which this won't do any good, and I
No.
rolled 1 higher. So okay, cool. We are looking at 24.
Okay. She is grappled again, and she's going to take another D4 of acid damage.
1.
Okay.
Okay, I then scoot my way in front of my friend, so I'm right up against her. So if she attacks me.
I mean, you can't interpose. She is like literally over him. And the vine grappled her, but it didn't move her.
Remember, none of that's on camera.
That's okay, it doesn't need to be.
You're brave. You're like that painting of the woman crawling through the cornfield. Yeah.
Is there any way that I can kind of get in front of my friend? Can I drag my friend? No, that would be a standard action.
Also, what can I do is when I'm stabilized?
You cannot die.
I think you're stabilized at negative hit points.
So I'm
Do you know what? Do you remember
Right there.
what your negative hit point total is?
You're like -2, something like that. It's low.
I don't remember the number.
Yeah, I think it was between 2 and 4.
Okay. Well, let's just say 3.
Okay.
If I can't
So
get-
like the thing is like you're just being stabilized, you are not bleeding and you're
So
not
it's not like I can be like,
continuing on to death.
So I'm just unconscious.
Yeah, so 2 options. If I can't get in between her and my friend, I will heal him. I have a preparation of cure light wounds.
You already cast no direction.
Well, this was before I understood that the grasping. You encouraged me to
Okay.
use the grasping vine. I did
All
not
right,
cast-
so-
No, that's not standard.
I will say like if you try to crawl between her and
Yeah.
him, she will be able to make an attack of opportunity on you because you're not moving in a way that you're defending yourself.
I am going to attempt then because she's definitely going to fucking attack him. I will be casting Cure Light Wounds on my buddy. That is an 8.
Holy shit.
I will put an action die on
Don't need to. I'm already out.
it. That is a explodes.
You don't need to roll again.
That is a 7 plus 8.
15.
15 plus 2, 17. I heal you for 17.
Holy shit.
And I kind of nervously look at her and I go, take that! And that's me.
Okay.
I awake to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is your turn.
It's my turn right now.
Got a hole, yeah, pretty much.
Like too short of a time.
Cool.
Wow. I didn't expect to be nominated, but this is a huge honor.
Look at your flow. Concentrate on your flow chart.
I really have to. It's very helpful.
So you awake and you see above you the woman with her knife to your throat. She has Larjal's vine wrapped around her body, inhibiting her movement. And Narjal just reached out and touched your toe and bestowed his healing powers upon you.
You feel fucking excellent.
Yeah. But very wet in my own blood. I swift action. I'm going to activate my judgment. I'm going to activate a judgment of protection on myself to increase my AC. And then she is right there. As a move action, can I just fireman roll away from her? Yeah, I'm here.
You can take the rest of the round, aside from the swift action, to disengage and crawl out of the way and take no attacks of opportunity. If you move, you will take an attack of opportunity, leaving her threatened area. If you take a standard action to stand up, you will not incur an attack of opportunity. If you take a move action to stand up, you will incur an attack of opportunity.
You'll do a full disengage.
Okay.
So activate my swift action. I just want to disengage to this corner here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a higher AC than you. I should be standing in the front here.
Yeah, my thing is buffing, come in, one brutal hit, then back off. Okay, yeah, it's up my turn, and my AC is up by 1.
All right, on her turn, she is going to do another escape artist attempt.
Stupid hole.
Uh, this is going to get bungled. So she does not successfully escape the grapple.
Excellent.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's gonna disappear. So.
Yeah. The DM does not show he should use action die. Right?
Well, the thing is, she is grappled until your turn, which
Yeah.
conveys certain negatives on
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
So that matters. Orthog, give me another perception check. Don't roll a 1 this
It'd
time.
be amazing if he sleeps the whole time.
14.
14, okay. The sound of battle in the adjoining room wakes you from your slumber.
Yeah, I stand up and get to where I can see what's going on, and then do I see the girl there? Assuming I do.
Yeah, you stand up as a move action, and you can see the woman in the next room being grappled by Narjal's line. She despite her earlier protestations, now she does look quite pissed.
Okay.
Sit down.
Is it? And then do I just? I recognize her, so then I will declare that I will sort of smite her when I can attack her.
Okay, so she's gonna be your smite target.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like obviously a way for us to gain information about the plotline of the campaign.
All right, Flick.
Essentially.
I'm going to start singing. I'm going to start a bardic performance.
Okay.
This is going to be something along the lines of "And I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston, but it's like "And We Will Always Fight You."
That's awesome.
That is good. And you're a singer, right? Like you don't have much of an instrument other than your voice.
Yeah, correct. Well, I've got my pseudo saxophone, but I'm not playing it. This is just all
Right. How could you?
yeah, all vocals here. And I think I'm going to maybe retreat back to the Good Doctor.
That would work especially well at the beginning of the song when she's like really quiet and low. You know, that beginning part of it, which is very soft. As you're just backing out.
You're the bodyguard.
Well, it's actually the first line of the song is "If I should stay, I would only be in the way," and he's leaving
Perfect.
the room.
There you go. And then just in the back, just fucking belt it.
All right,
Don't worry.
good Reverend Doctor.
As a free action, I turn to Flick and to Glenn, who's behind me, and I go, and you guys both have
Orthog.
dark vision. What?
Orthog,
Orthog? What did I say?
you said Glenn.
Oh, well, okay. Flick and Orthog. And I go, shh. And like, I
As Flick is belting out.
uh-huh. Shh. The baby's sleeping. And I cast the hex slumber on the woman from
Okay,
my.
so that's another will save, right?
That's a will save.
Yeah, let's knock her out, and then we'll beat her to death.
Well, now take her easy. There.
That's my old way stuck.
You break into my place of business. You mess up the curtains. You track in a bunch of mud off the street. Simply not done. We have operating hours during the day. You want to break in at night? Stab my friend?
This is not urgent care.
You go to sleep.
Okay.
Fortunately, as a half elf, she is immune to sleep effects.
Hmm.
She's a half elf.
Yes, she is.
No,
Yeah, we wouldn't have known it. We wouldn't have known it.
Elves and half elves
I
get.
don't see race.
They're immune to the magic sleep effects and gain a +2 racial saving throw bonus against enchantment spells and effects.
Really?
Yeah.
Elves? Well, fucking elves, dude.
It's all right. I mean, she was always wearing a hood and everything. You guys probably never saw her pointy ears.
Oh, so they deliver Santa's presents. We gotta stay awake all night.
Very
It's
important.
called meth, Aaron. Okay, well, I feel my spell not taking a hold, and as a second free action, I go, have at her, man. I don't know.
All right.
Smite that elven fool. An evil
Nargal,
elf?
on your turn, your grasping vine disintegrates into nothing, and you are now alone in the room with her.
Oh, cast flare.
Okay.
You don't have time for
Fortitude saving throw DC 14.
Okay. She fails.
-1 on attack rolls. She is dazzled.
Still hasn't made an attack yet. But she still has that other negative too.
No, she bungled when she did her escape artist
Oh,
attempt.
that you did say bubble. Yep.
For 1 minute. It's the best 0th level spell, and I go and go behind the Reverend Doctor, and I say,
Who's smaller than you?
"Oh, she coming."
All right, battle time. You are now alone in the room with her.
Great.
I am so effective.
Yeah, I mean, you've been very effective in this fight so far. I cast Shield of Faith, buffing my AC up another 2.
The judgment is a sacred bonus to your AC, right?
They stack.
Yeah.
Checked it. Yeah, so I'm +3.
Yeah, Shield of Faith is a deflection.
Still down 2, so I will use my standard action to.
Well, Shield of Faith is your standard action.
Oh, you're right. That was my standard. In that case, I'm gonna take my move. I'm gonna bar the door. And that'll be right there.
Bold.
She casts a quick glance to the other room, and then she takes a defensive stance and looks at you, Battlepun, and says, "This doesn't need to get any messier. I just want the sword back."
Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. iPhone charging cord. Where
Any effects?
There's
Dazzle
one.
-1. -1.
-1 on attack rolls.
Yeah, so I don't want to stall and negotiate with her because we have an advantage right now in that area.
Oh, yeah.
So I succinctly reply, we don't have it.
Honesty is always the best policy. Your character should know that.
Oh, but a clarifying point. I smile sincerely and I say, we don't have it. And my face just returns to complete blankness.
Okay.
We don't have that.
Okay. Orthog.
She's just standing there and I'm staring at her.
Yep.
I would go in.
She
Yeah.
and then she's declared that things don't need to get any messier. She just wants a sword.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
will. I will. I would. I will. God, I don't want to attack her, but I'm just gonna be like, hey, we no longer have the sword in our possession. We have given it away. Can we stop the madness?
Good for you, Glenn.
Nice.
Are you going to approach her? Or are you gonna say that from the other room, like 30 feet away from her?
I would say.
I mean, I don't think there's any need to approach. I mean, if she can hear me and see me, and like, I just want to be close enough to like talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, that's fair. Totally normal.
What is normal?
Flick.
We don't have the sword. See? Super normal.
I'm still singing. I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to continue my bardic performance.
Yo, Dirk's a good shit. What are we gonna do about it?
All right. Your Reverend Doctor.
Okay. Stand a really good deal. Well, it's like essentially.
All right.
Big 300 bucks over 3 years.
From my vantage point, I'm gonna cast command.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, stop.
Stop.
Freeze.
Okay. Yeah, natural 2 is not gonna allow her to make that save under any circumstances.
Hell yeah.
All right. As a,
Yeah, 12.
I will take a move action and walk into the room.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
And as a free action,
I like it.
I would like to
Walking
say,
like to her or just in the room, you want to
Just-
keep distance?
I'd like to keep distance. As a free action, I would like to say to Bad Altan,
Yeah.
do you still have your rope? Tie your ass up.
I like the image of a little rat man coming around.
I'm a city rat, dude. Okay, that's how we talk here. Maybe that's not what they sound like in whatever fucking level you grew up on. But
I grew up in a church. Yeah.
city rat, trying to run a
let's
business
see. She's
here.
already flared.
Just flared wide open.
I am. I really wish I had mud ball prepared. I'm gonna roll over to here, standing just inside the door.
She's frozen.
I'm gonna hit her with a sling. Okay. All right, that's gonna be an 11. Okay. Let's see. I mean, the freeze, I will say, just is going to deny her dex bonus. So her armor class is still 12. Oh, I really wish I could. I know that now, so I probably can't action die. I
Yeah.
It's a D1. It's a 1d4 minus
can.
1.
You
Okay,
can go.
I'm action dying.
So I hit her.
Yeah. Okay. 1d4. All right, 2 damage, baby.
You're the only person who's done damage.
She gets beamed in the shoulder with a rock.
It's working, man. Chip away at it. What? Should she level up in the prison?
Okay. Battle time.
AC is up. Only down 2 hit points. I cast Keep Watch. No.
You already cast it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Where did she sit in the round of
After you.
like immediately after me?
Yep.
I will hold my action to move forward and attack based on if she does not accept my parlay.
Tie her ass up, dude. Listen to the doctor.
I can't tie her up. She's not going to willingly let me tie her up.
She's frozen
Oh,
For
she's
6 seconds.
That's
for a
plenty of
whole
time.
round.
That's a round.
For a tie up. I'm just devil's advocate. How long would it take you to tie a human?
Tie me up in 6 seconds.
I gotta go.
Ooh, baby.
There we go.
Frozen, could I get like a? That would essentially be a not cougar. What's the word? Like a crit.
Well, it's not hold person, which would paralyze her. I already said with she's denied her dex bonus. That is as much as I'm going to give you guys.
Okay. All right, then yeah, Battleton is covered in his own blood and angry, so he takes 5-foot step to move up and attack her, which he does. Oh,
That
That's
is cocked.
yeah.
That is cocked.
yeah, that is cocked.
You're going snack bowl, dude?
Well,
Disrespecting the tray?
I want to try one time. The tray has never served me well. I've been rolling raw since this
I've
campaign
been
started.
healing the tray.
Whatever, man. She's denied her dex bonus. I rolled very poorly. 3 on the die. My attack bonus is all a 3. With the falchion, my BAB is 1, so it's just a 6. I don't have that.
The attack bonus in the entry for your falchion
Should
should include your base attack.
Which is 3. Yeah. I'm going. Should I? Oh, another 3. That puts me up to a 9. Right.
She's denied her dex, and it took me 12.
She's a rogue. Dex a lot.
Yeah, 12. I'm just saying.
You hit after that?
I hit the number's 12.
Alright. Yeah, I got after that.
I love how
that-
she's like,
AC with dex though.
Yeah, that was.
no, she was frozen.
She was frozen when you hit
Yes.
her. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Metagaming.
That explodes.
So you get it.
And so 6 more, that puts me at 13.
Uh,
Oh no.
6 more puts you at 15.
Yeah, I was at 9.
Okay, so then that will hit.
Secret society that needs a group of adventurers to
Fuck out. Alright, let's see what teach me here. I have to roll 2d4. People get angry at you.
It's all objectively better. 2 twos.
Yeah. So, so that's gonna be 7 points of damage total.
Okay.
Come with me. I work for it.
You. I knew we got on the wrong foot. We're gonna get your foot lobbed off.
All right.
Um,
Her turn.
like,
She is still under the effect of the command. So she does not take an action. Orthod.
Arjun.
Yeah, so She's frozen, and I just take. I mean, I'm not attacking her yet. She's not doing anything, so I just take a defensive position, I guess. Wait.
She stabbed your friend, dude. She cut him up.
She,
I don't know if he and I are friends yet.
granted, she doesn't have a lot of leg to stand on when she says, "I just want to talk."
No,
broke-
she,
like
she broke into
eviscerated
my-
your mouth.
my place of business.
she stepped in the room.
She did a B&E
But I don't even.
with assault.
I don't even think I know any of that though. I think he was already back up before I even got out
Dude, this broad's bad news. You've
That's a
seen
fair
her
point.
around.
there.
But he's
I'm-
also a paladin. He might be looking at her and seeing someone who's effectively defenseless.
Yeah, I don't
All
think
right.
Ortiz attacking her yet. I think he's just defend. Like he's defensive.
Hem her up, dude.
I do have I got my clobbering stick out though.
Put her in the full Nelson.
Oh yeah, I'll grab her. I'll just grab her and hold her.
Never taken fisted.
Okay. Make a grapple attempt.
Alright. Purple. die. I rolled a 15 on the dice.
Okay. Add your combat maneuver bonus.
Combat maneuver bonus is a 2.
It's not a 2.
Is it 5?
Yep.
So 20.
Okay. All right. You've got a hold of her.
Sweet.
That's huge, dude.
All right, Flick.
Let's see. So, I've got lingering performance, so I can stop singing and it will continue for 3 rounds. So I'm going to stop my performance, move into, I guess, is there room in the doorway to where I can get line of sight on this individual?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get in front of Narjal.
That's okay. I'll do that. I'll get in front of Narjal. And I will cast Hideous Laughter.
Nice.
Nice.
That is a
Dude.
fucking awesome spell.
That's a will save, right?
I believe so. Let me double check really quick.
So
DC is 14.
is this phone?
Let me double. Yep, DC is 14, and it is a. It is a will save.
Okay. He starts cracking up in Orthog's arms.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, this is we're just brutalizing this. Well, she brutalized our
She viciously murdered me.
Okay,
Yeah,
Victor.
successfully. Just gonna go ahead and just get my glove.
She murdered me.
She's all
What?
hemmed up.
I got better.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. She should
Uh,
expect to die.
She's all hemmed up and she's laughing uncontrollably. She can't make an attack of opportunity because she's grappled.
I think she can't make an attack of opportunity because she's under the throes of hideous laughter.
Hideous laughter.
Yeah, she could still actually grapple.
Okay, well, I walk up to her.
Okay.
And I say, how dare you break into my place of business and attack my friends? This is unacceptable. And I make a unarmed natural strike. I hit her in the face.
Yes.
I slap her across the face.
Okay.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Should tie her up.
And
Oh.
I'm just generally
Yeah.
dressing her down.
Yeah. That would be appropriate.
It's a 10 on the die.
Okay. What's your dexterity bonus?
2 plus 2.
So that will land the hit on her.
Yes.
And your damage with your little rat folk paw is 1d2 plus your strength modifier, which I believe is a negative for you.
It is. It's a -1.
So I think technically you can only do 1 point of damage to her.
That's fine. It's 1 point of damage. It's a slap across the face and like a stern dressing down.
Beat her up a little bit.
Shame on you.
Hey, hold her lower.
Who does this?
That's a good fucking question.
How dare you?
Nice.
Narjal?
I just admit to the group that I don't know. I don't know how to tie anybody up. So I'm useless at that. If I try to tie her up, she'll get out.
Well, fingers
How
all
did
thick
he-
and stubby.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it seems like a hard thing to do, but I've done it. So
You just hold your finger and it's like
Squeeze a mushroom in her eye.
move to the corner of this room.
Just got like sausage fingers with mild arthritis.
So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I've never encountered this before.
All right.
That's me. I just am.
So you're just protesting your incompetence.
I'm flummoxed, and I say we should tie her up, but I can't do it.
Okay. Battle time.
You should murder.
I sheathe my falchion and
shit.
I pull out the rope that once previously bound her, and I look at her and I go, "These look familiar." I got
She'd like cranes her neck over, looking at you from Warthog's turtle hug, and
I proceed to move forward and tie her up.
okay. All right. She's not going to break the hideous laughter for the next 2 rounds, and with Orthog also grappling her, I'm just going to say you do successfully manage to tie her up. So we can drop out of initiative order unless somebody else wants to accomplish something in this next 12 seconds specifically.
I'm gonna make a crypto trade.
Could I try an acrobatics check to do a really sick backflip?
You still have a negative level.
Correct.
You are paralyzed.
You hit
Pull
your
land on my
head on the
neck.
You're
door
gonna pull a
jam,
hammy,
and you knock
dude.
yourself
You're
unconscious.
gonna tear a meniscus if you're not careful.
So after 2 rounds have passed and you've got enough rope on her, you're still in the process of like tightening and knotting the rope. She, her laughter subsides and she says, "You don't understand. I need to get that sword and I need it now."
If I don't understand, then tell me what I need to understand.
Yeah.
I assume that she has been tied up and then pushed over onto like the examination Victorian dentist chair.
Yeah.
Sure.
I say
You
to
guys ever
her,
seen Marathon Man?
I don't think you understand. You've broken into my place of business. You've assaulted my friend. And the sword that you possessed was not yours. You stole it. How dare you?
I like Flacco. He's just a legit guy.
She she's still sort of like her eyes are darting from one of you to the next, trying to find an angle, trying to figure out how to escape the situation. She responds to Victor. I didn't steal it. I was just moving it. I need to move it to the person who hired me. I need to move it now.
Who hired you?
He looks at you and says, if I told you, I'd suffer the exact same fate as if I didn't deliver it.
I'd like to intimidate it.
I mean, again, regardless of if you stole it or if you were moving the stolen goods, it's not yours. It's been returned to its rightful owner. The stolen merchandise in your possession was taken from you and returned to the one who owns it rightly.
She
Think about what you've done.
She shakes her head in frustration and she says, Little Rat, the problem is a bit more immediate than you understand. If I don't walk out of that door, and she looks at the exit to the building, she says, I'm dead and probably so are you.
Our good doctor is being truthful. It's not in our possession. It's been returned to the vault. If it is as dire as you say, it seems like an alliance could benefit everyone here if we're all going to be murdered by whatever awaits you outside this door.
I do a sense motive. Is she like, this just sounds like a bunch of liars from a lying liar to me.
Yeah,
Okay, give me a sense motive.
functionally, if that was true, right now she knows she's already dead. Because there's not a sword in here.
20. A sense
20.
motive of 20.
As far as you can tell, she is being truthful and she is terrified.
What awaits us outside? What are you scared of?
As you ask that, I am moving towards the door to peek out of it. Yeah, just
Okay. You peek out the door, give me a perception check.
Natural one, baby. I have a very good perception. I like purposefully made that a thing.
It's a natural one.
Oh yeah.
So is that like still a negative number of some sort?
Yeah, it's a -1.
You look out the door and you don't see anything out of the ordinary out there.
Come back in. Don't see anything like that.
Some like kid standing on the street corner.
Is she gonna
There's a
answer?
kid on the street corner. Well, that's that.
It's over. I asked her what's out there. You come back in and say, there's nothing out there.
Nothing out there except for a kid on the street corner.
Dan, is she going to answer about what's up?
She looks at Victor and then she looks at Narshal and she says, it's not a kid.
I go look again.
I'd like to intimidate her and like yell at her, be like, well, then what is that? Like yell at her and see what she says.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check.
I will. Okay, not great, but not bad. 20,
yeah, purple
11
word.
plus
I
9, 20.
missed that. Missed that first one.
Did you say 20, Glenn?
Yeah. I rolled an 11, got 9, 20. I believe that's correct.
That maths, yeah.
That math, check it out. I like my.
Sorry, how much was it?
20.
20? Okay. She looks at you and her her breathing starts becoming shuttered and rapid, and she just like looks down at her at her feet, at her lap, says, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. God damn it.
I would glance outside again.
You glance outside.
That is going to be a 20.
Right.
I'm gonna talk to her after. You're done.
Yeah. You glance outside.
He's bare. He did roll up and die.
He's coming against you a little bit. I'm 6 years old.
We're gonna
Like that quickly?
we're gonna die. Yeah.
You take 31 points of non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal? Okay, cool.
And you
cool.
you guys see Narjal open the door, look outside, and you hear thunk, and he just falls over onto his back on the floor in front of the door.
That's kind of perfect. I need to read my fucking chapter.
First dog to the players. To the group.
And you the woman tied up in the chair just lets out a sort of like pathetic whimper.
She's pathetic. We're not pathetic.
Uh,
I say as I die.
And then you hear like a soft knock on the door. Like from the inside, you see a small hand like reach inside the door and knock on the door, and then a face leans in. And you see a halfling man. He's
I just got fucking owned.
It's fine because you also have a sling.
He's got a scar across his forehead and then another one down his cheek. And he just looks over Narjal's body at the rest of you that he can see and says, Is Lee Jen in here? And then he steps in, like just incredibly casual. Like this is.
I do say probably, because I'm at 0, right? I just can't take any strenuous activity. It knocked me down to 0. It's non-lethal.
And not like if it would have knocked you down to your max constitution non-lethal, you're just so you still have that. You have to recover it doesn't knock you down to 0, it knocks you.
Okay.
It's just not lethal.
non-lethal.
You
Okay,
are just very unconscious.
Alright.
Beaten within an inch.
Yeah, I'm out. I've been out.
Brutal.
And he steps over Narjal's body and kind of walks into the room. And you see he's holding in his hand what is basically a katana. But to him it's a sword that's longer than his body. Longer than he is tall.
According to the Pathfinder rules, I don't think you should be able to wield that.
Well, that's because it's a Masamune to him.
Enters.
It looks like a katana to you guys.
Great sword, Japanese great sword.
I mean, we're about the same height, I would imagine.
We all lose our calf muscles.
I turn
Like
to-
Narjal just has this like round like dot in the center of his forehead where he smacked him with the butt of the sword.
There's a kid out there. Like, nah, I'm gonna look again.
Well, she said it's not a kid.
All right, so what are you saying? Sorry, Victor.
Just go to the same pizza.
Sir,
Or
this is
who
my
is-
place. This is my place of business. You can't just keep breaking in here and assaulting my friends. Do you know this woman?
He looks at Narjal and he looks at the door and he says, "The door was open, and I'm here to conduct business."
This is a place of healing. This is a doctor's office. I swore an oath, my good man. And it does
He
not
takes a-
involve.
he takes a step forward, and with lightning speed, you see the sword stop an inch from your forehead.
Is he
And he
attempting
says,
to intimidate me?
"It might be a place of healing. Do you want some healing to take place?" And yes, he is going to make an intimidate check on you.
All right. Fine, asshole.
Oh, when you put it that.
It's a bummer when your character's intimidated because you're like, well, fine, I guess I am.
Well, it's he's
does it work?
You're shaken. So he's so yeah, his intimidate check was a 23. That means that you are shaken, which just means you're gonna take a -2 penalty to attack roll, saving throws, and skill checks and ability checks.
I imagine we won't be attacking him. I'm shaken. And I say, "Oh, I'm shaking." I'll repeat the question. Do you know this woman who broke into my place of business and assaulted my friends?
Can you please just like roll with the fact that you are scared of this person? Because that's what the function of the intimidate did.
Well,
I
I'll
mean,
repeat
I
the
understand that
question.
I don't want to take control of your character from you, but he is under the effect of, he
I'm sweating bullets.
yeah.
But you're just sticking to it like a Woody Allen character. You're still saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just more nervously and afraid.
Yeah, just the conviction isn't there anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really just about the procedure.
And he's standing there and he's just kind of looking at the group of you.
I'm scared.
You're dead.
I am not.
He clearly sees the tied up elf
Right.
in the doctor's chair, correct?
Right. He looks across the group of you and is kind of trying to take stock to see if anyone else is going to get in his way.
Oh no, I have to see this. Okay. That's very good.
I guess, whoa, this guy.
Yeah.
All right. So
How was that for
is
Woody
anyone
Allen?
else reacting to him? Is anyone else doing anything here?
I'd like to read.
I'm
No.
we don't have the sword. We've been through this with your associate. It's not attainable any longer.
He looks at you and says, "She was here for the sword. I'm here for her."
Oh. This just got way better.
Okay.
She's all yours.
You can have her.
You can have her. We don't want her. I'm
We were
shaking.
sleeping.
I'm shaking.
We don't want her. We never wanted her.
Okay. He nods his head and he says, "Well, okay then." And he takes a sword and he slices her throat. And that does.
My room.
He doesn't touch the rope.
Oh my god. I've just been quiet and back against the wall the entire time he's been here.
I just keep repeating. This is a crazy situation.
No, you don't. You are unconscious.
This is crazy.
This is a terrible.
Okay, and that outright kills her. He looks at her and like there's a last gasp that mostly comes out of the hole that he has now made in her throat.
That's good.
And you just see like the blood bubble from the neck wound,
Gross.
and then she goes still. And he says, "All right. Good evening."
I mean, I got questions.
And he starts to leave.
Yeah, I mean, you're a paladin. You just killed an unarmed captive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I want to that wasn't cool, man. Why did you do that to her?
That's a legitimate scared response. There's been many movies where someone's like tied up, something really crazy happens. And goes,
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
He stops and looks over his shoulder and he says, I apologize for the mess. And he reaches in his pocket, throws like 3 silver coins on the floor, and says, for the cleanup. And he steps over Narjal's body and leaves.
I very timidly make the jerk off motion at him and say, "Don't come back."
I say good riddance.
I'm opening the door as he's leaving. It was already actually open. Maybe I was trying to go out of it, but he does not have to open the door on the way out.
I'm gonna cast Cure Light
You
Wounds
opened
on
the
Narjal,
door.
I guess.
I like to imagine I was very much just like starting to like quietly open, but he was just dropping individual members of the party.
I guess too, got crew. What are we gonna do with this body in our good Reverend Doctor's office now that we just watched murder happen?
I'm gonna go cast Cure Light Wounds on Narjal, I guess, to try to get him up.
I have a
I'm,
lot of health to recover.
I don't know that, right? I mean, I don't know that, so.
Yeah, totally, that's fair.
Who's got health as a skill?
I
Oh,
have
wait,
heal. I have
point of
heal as a
healing.
skill. I will.
Yeah, let me double check exactly how that works.
Yeah,
will-
I do think that all non-lethal damage is healed by just even the casting of that spell.
Of heal.
Ross, do you want to say that you and I check out the corpse? I'm just going through her pockets to figure
I
out.
think that's smart. ID, like tattoos, affiliation.
But
like,
I'd be curious if we do a heal check. Is she irretrievably dead?
It
Yeah, that's smart.
sounds like.
I'm sure she probably is, but it's worth checking.
I mean, sure. We can
What
make
was
it
her name,
heal.
Lin Ji?
Maybe the gurgling blood
Is
from her
she
neck was.
healable? It sounded pretty final.
All right, so you heal non-lethal damage at the rate of 1 hit point per hour per character level. And when a spell or ability cures hit point damage, it also removes an equal amount of non-lethal damage.
Okay.
So
I'm in a coma.
We're gonna need to tuck you into
you're
bed.
concussed. So you what's your constitution?
Oh wait, you said 31 points? That wouldn't do it. Yeah, my constitution's 15, and I have 19 hit points.
Okay.
So it wouldn't even have killed me. Come at me, bro.
So you're at -12?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be back up in 6 hours.
Yeah.
If no healing is done to you.
Just a little coma. I just went nappy nap long time.
So
I'm gonna get my spells back.
Flick, that's up to you if you want to heal him or just wait it out.
I'm gonna heal him.
Okay.
So if I take my time with it, no roll, right? He'll just get 9. So is that how that works?
You should get well, now you're level 2, it should be 10. It's 1d8 plus your level.
Sorry, yeah, 10. Yeah.
In an hour, I'm great.
So then yeah, well in an hour you're at 0. Okay, going through her pockets, you find nothing.
Smart. I am truthless.
She's got the label
She,
burned off her clothes. She's a spook.
She's nobody.
yeah, she
Tattoos? Any identifying?
you see she has a lotus tattooed on her shoulder blade. Anyone want to give a knowledge local on that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Shut up.
I will give a
I'll
knowledge
let you
loop.
know when you participate again.
I'll let you know when you speak again, where
Oh shit, not 20.
I say, oh, the Lotus Society. I know all about them.
you know they're a big part of reframing the Civil War. After the fact, lost cause.
Flick takes it. You know, you're from the
Yeah.
neighborhood. You're from around the way, dude.
For a total of 37.
Okay. Someone points out the lotus tattoo on her shoulder blade.
She went to college.
Yeah, basically.
He plays Magic
You
the
look
Gathering.
at it and you're like, that's
Black
not a
Lotus.
symbol of any
tattoo
like
on
that's
her
just she just got a tattoo.
It's like, hey, baby, we'll do this one.
You're actually pretty sure you've seen that tattoo on a couple of other people. That just like, yeah, they went to a tattoo parlor and they got a tattoo.
Friday the 13th.
Give me an appraisal check.
Corpse appraisal.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Drat.
Let's go.
What I do, I praise. All right. All right. 10.
10. Her cloak is really nice. I think maybe you want one of the. Or do you have detect magic? You don't.
No, I don't think I do. Nope.
You think you might want somebody to double check that cloak.
Who has detect magic?
The doctor.
Oh, the doctor's right there. I see, good Reverend Doctor Richard T. Flacco. This seems to have a magical air about it, but I'm not qualified to appraise such an item.
I detect magic on the cloak.
The cloak does have a faint magical aura to it.
I make a
Give me a
spellcraft check.
spellcraft check.
I make a
Wow.
spellcraft check. That is a 19.
19. Okay. The cloak has a low-grade illusory enchantment to it that allows shadows to cling to it, and effectively gives a +2 bonus to stealth checks.
Okay. That's cool.
But other than the cloak, which is nice, she is wearing a suit of leather armor, and she's got her butterfly knives, but she's not carrying any money. She's not carrying any belongings, trinkets, anything identifying, no paperwork.
As we're well including her increasingly cold corpse, I startle awake and look across the corpse of the doctor and go, "She's dead, right?"
Oh, goodness, yes. She's dead.
Oh, and I just keep fucking ripping fabric and
I mean,
pulling
can
shit
I
out of
make
pockets.
like a heal check to see? I mean, she is like
Yeah.
DED all the way to make a heal check. Can she be revived? I don't want to revive her. A heal check of 13. Is that what I need to?
No, you've heard that there is some magic that can bring people back from the dead, but it is well beyond your pay grade, and you're not even sure if there's anybody in the city who's capable of it. It's a kind of a legendary power. It's beyond, it's almost like, storybook stuff.
She's beyond my ability to heal. She needs elvish medicine.
I nod solemnly and I go, "That's probably for the best."
Now, can
Did you ever
this
expand to that moratorium business?
Well, you know, maybe she's got a.
Moratorium.
Is more like a waiting
Yeah, I
period.
had to kibosh the moratorium.
Yeah, mortuary.
Could
Yeah,
we?
the-
Point at the waiting room. There's the moratorium.
You guys
Do you
wanna
think?
burn
Could
this.
we? You know, I don't like dead bodies at work.
Mm-hmm.
Does you bring in bounties, persons of
Yeah.
ill repute?
Yeah.
The City Watch, they keep a file. Do they do lithographs? Do they have dental
Well, she was
records?
arrested- She was arrested 2 days ago.
Give me a barrister check.
Barrister Chuck.
Point, you could turn her in and get some money.
I just want to know who this Arwen Doe is.
Our window. Our window.
60.
16. She shouldn't be out of jail.
It's a very good point. You make a very good point, good Reverend Doctor. I say we take this corpse to the local authorities.
We accidentally killed her, sir. As you can see by the slit in her undefended throat.
Yeah. Couldn't happen to a worse person.
Alright.
Give me another knowledge level check.
Oh hell yeah. I'm rolling really good. 23 with the -1.
Thinking about how all this played out, and specifically regarding that halfling that came in and just fucking killed her. You're concerned that you might be dealing with the Leatherfoots. They're a gang of halflings, and they are basically like, most people don't know about them, but you've heard a couple of rumors. They are the most dangerous thieves guild in the city.
So as they're rifling and defiling this corpse, I think that thought occurs to me.
Defiling?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You just said you're like tearing her clothes and blowing herself.
Not defiling a corpse.
Yeah, that'd be like
taking off
missing
clothes. That means
moweling or like cutting or
doing doing weird things with their body.
Investigating? Identifying?
But that logic in every mortician would be defiling.
Go on,
Anyways,
Flick.
They do actually cut up though.
Yeah.
not to bust up this party.
I think it just has to be disrespectful. I think that's all it has to be.
Well, regardless, I pull my hand out of her asshole and say, "What?"
Okay,
I do
great
too.
badass
That was you.
samurai Samwise Gamgee just comes in here and slices this lady's throat.
Yeah.
I can't prove it, but I don't, all the badass halflings that I'm aware of belong to the Leatherfoots. And we don't want to fuck with the Leatherfoots. I'm talking badass Thieves Guild operatives here. If whatever we decide to do, I'm not saying we don't take this corpse to local law enforcement, but this could just be the beginning of some bullshit, and we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way next.
I want this body out of my office.
Uh,
I'd like to know who this broad was.
Look at that.
Those are both reasonable requests, good doctor.
Remember Lin Jan?
All this to say, though, this member of this gang, I'm assuming that he's a member of this gang, but regardless, this very capable individual knows where we hang out. And he can
Only
come back
reason.
just as easily.
Business hours?
Everyone give me an intelligence. Ooh.
He never left the
yeah,
room.
I'm just-
Marshall's is still laying there next to the door.
Yeah, doors wide open.
No, I'm pretty sure Battleton like pulled it closed and your foot was in the way, and he just like kept on pulling it until it shoved your foot inside the door, and you're.
I haven't been kind.
You called me your friend 5 times though, but I was dead.
Yeah.
You did say it. I'd be worried.
All right, so
I'm in 9 or 10 intelligence.
none of you broke 10.
13.
13.
3.
13.
1.
Okay. Victor, you remember that the halfling called her by name Legion. He said he was here for Legion.
Legion. Still don't want this body here.
I think we take her to the police.
City morgue.
We turn her in for a bounty. And claim that she broke in seeking revenge and that I killed her. That completely absolves other folks. It doesn't include them at all. Right? I don't see how that puts us cross with them to say like they weren't even involved in this.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying, keep in mind that they know where to find us, and
Oh,
are very
100%.
capable of coming
There's
right
a-
in here and doing
There's
something
a
similar
sign
to it.
out front with my name on it. I'm not hard to locate. Business hours are between 9 and 5.
Battleton, has your falchion been bloodied in this encounter?
I just do pediatric oncology.
This is right in your wheelhouse. You're bringing in, you know, skip traces to the local Who's Go, like all the
Yeah,
time.
I think that's what we grab it, put the corpse in a bag, and roll up. And we're like, you look at this lady. They're like, yeah, we'll give you all this money for her. And I'm like, oh, here she's dead. Don't let her out next time.
Let's
You
do it.
know,
Yeah.
you don't owe him an explanation. She's fucking around.
So are you doing that immediately? Or are you gonna do that in the morning? What's your
What time is it?
early hours of the morning, 2-3 o'clock?
Yeah, let's wait until I have a stash of clean sheets in my office. We're gonna put a sheet over this body and like, you know, bind it up. And Bet10, you can call like a cart boy if you want to have a cart, or I don't know how you bring,
I'm
you
pretty
know,
sure I
your
can help one through this.
Yeah, Orthog carries stuff around the city for a job.
Yeah, I think we'll be
absolutely,
good.
yeah.
But if you want to hire a small child to carry a corpse, I'm always open. So
I
you,
mean, it builds character.
oh boy, he's looking for work.
Does
Uh,
it take away from the credibility of the case we're trying to make if we show up with a corpse that's been dead for several hours?
Man's got to sleep. Like, you gotta rest those beautiful pipes.
Coming in with a bounty.
Okay,
This is his deal. This is his wheelhouse.
I'm
Also,
fucking exhausted. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, that's the right call. I'll take watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I've been sleeping, so.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Flick, give me a fortitude save.
Come on, keep those good rolls going. So 11 on the die. I'm gonna put an action die on this. Let me see what I'm at right now. Fortitude, right?
Yeah.
And then -1. I've still got that -1, so I'm setting at a 12. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna burn 1 or 2 of these. Let's see how this goes. That's a 2. I'm at a 14. I'm gonna burn another one.
Before you burn the other one, you recover from your negative level.
Oh man,
You only need to use the one.
Try what?
I had this thing going. I was about to throw it.
Pack that put mix.
Don't do that.
So you guys wake up in the morning, including including Narjal, who has just like a splitting headache and a massive knot on the center of his forehead. Uh, and a dead body in the examination chair.
I tie very confidently rope bind her back up, after last night, and throw her over my body in such a way that her feet are bound, her hands are bound, and the rope connects underneath my arm, and I've got her.
You can have a sheet if you'd like from my.
I look at you a little confused for a second. I wouldn't waste the sheet. Like I've brought in bounties before. I've had a human body strapped across me.
You don't want to drag a dead body that's not covered through the city.
That's what I was thinking. It's just not done.
That's not covered.
I'm driving.
I don't think you want to do it.
All right. Well,
And you can use the back door.
There are children in the city, not just halflings that look like.
the children aren't police.
Oh, I'm sorry. This child's like, nah. Oh, I'm sorry. You a cop?
Exactly. I don't care what a child thinks. Fine. Yeah. Sure. Whatever. I'll take your sheet. Wrap around a sheet. I figure a sheet. That's 800 card count. I wouldn't have done that. But okay. Gift sheet. Oh, this. Hemorrhagic. High quality.
I gently apply a poultice and an unguent to Narjal's lump.
Oh, thank you.
And then rub down the examination chair with a mixture of 60% ethanol and lemon juice.
The first patient of the day, little Billy, comes in for his tooth removal.
Gotta have standards. Good lord.
I examine the lock on my door for damage.
The lock does not appear to be damaged.
I'm gonna have to call a locks. I'm gonna have to talk to the vault keeper and see if he can get his guy to come down and put something better on this, because this shit from Ace Hardware is just not cutting it.
Do you have a guy?
Do you have he's the vault keeper. He's gotta have a guy.
It's literally vulgar.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, like the lock you have on that door is one of those like it keeps honest people out.
Yeah, it's
Like,
yeah.
The what you could afford for their front door is like maybe a DC 10 lock.
I'm an honest person.
As we gather in the door
person.
to leave, I see how distressed my friend, the good Reverend Dr. Victor T. Flacco, is. And I put a hand on your shoulder as a corpse is draped across my left shoulder. And I say to you, I don't think we should come back here. I think this is getting a little bit too heavy for your place of business.
Oh boy. Well, I'm open to suggestions. You go do what you gotta do. And the boys are gonna get a little breakfast. Come on back. We're gonna be next door.
I asked you for a piece of paper.
Piece of paper? Piece of paper?
Yeah.
Pull out a leather-bound notebook. I'm like, you sure you need a piece of paper?
I tear a piece of paper and I go down. And on your back, I use it for a writing desk.
Oh, okay.
And I take
Like next to the corpse that's slung over his shoulder.
Like a stubby piece of charcoal.
Just a face right there.
And I write a completely, entirely indecipherable series of shapes with arrows. Give it back to you and say, "We'll go to my house."
Whoa! Whoa! I look at that and say, "Fuck is this?"
I go, meet us there when you're done with your business.
Where's here?
Just don't make me say it out loud.
Okay. Then I put that in my pocket, fold it up real nice, charcoal as a smudge, and give everybody a real big toothy grin. I say, "Well, I'm off to work, boys." And I just shut the door behind me with a corpse on my shoulder.
I
So
mentioned that
you're
we can
gonna
hide
go
out
do
the
that
rest.
yourself?
Sounds like it. Sounds like they're all having breakfast.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking breakfast. That's the way I
I'll
took
go.
it. Directions to my place.
Oh,
I'll go.
shit. I gotta take our license to the 5th floor guard outpost.
I'm going to the guard outpost anyways, man.
You're not going on the 5th,
Where are you
right?
going to?
I'll
You're
go
on the
to
set. You
I'm on
going?
the fifth floor, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hoof it. Get my steps in.
You've got directions to where we're going.
So Flick, Orthog, and Battleton are gonna take the corpse to the guard office and do the clerical work. Me and Narjal.
I would encourage. This is up to you, Jake. I would encourage Flick to just eat breakfast and not move. To heal his
Okay.
heal, increase your healing. But if you want to come, I won't stop you.
He's
I
fine.
mean, I'm feeling
you're
pretty
fine now?
good. I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh,
And Narshal's the one who's fucked
oh,
up.
fucked up. You stay. You stay in that breakfast. Come on, Flick.
Yeah, and I'm back to my creepy ways.
Peace.
I go, hey, no obvious, no obvious. One of course. No double
Mhm.
obvious.
No
Okay.
double up noted.
So
Shows some
you
goddamn respect.
head your way down to the 5th floor constabulary. Are you going to take the winding way, or are you going to try to take like some of the back? Give me 3 of you. Give me knowledge local. You're all trying to decide what's the least obvious, or
I got a 19.
Yeah, I got 5.
I got a 15.
15. Okay. So yeah, Orthog, you've done some work and some deliveries here, and you know a couple of stairwells that you can take down. The 2 levels with some help from Flick. You figure out a way to, get from the one stairwell here to the stairwell the next floor down, without going through any high traffic areas. And you see nary a guard on your way. So you arrive on the 5th floor and head over to the constabulary there. And yeah, knock on the front door. And one of the ivory horn guards opens the door, looks out, and you recognize this is guard 1.
And one was from the bodega. The guy caught me littering.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
And he says,
I remember.
he sees you and says, "Oh my God, are they okay?"
No, I found some litter. No, she's dead.
He like looks at Flick and Orthog, just kind of like gauge to see whether or not the half orc is joking. And he says, "Did you murder her?"
Self-defense. This is, I believe, is one of your escaped criminals. She broke into a pediatric doctor's office last night and tried to murder people. I had to kill her in self-defense. Assume there's a.
He looks at
More
the
back.
3 of you and says, 3 of you were staying in a pediatric doctor's office overnight?
It's better not to judge one, lest ye not cast stones.
No, that's my job.
Right. Well,
Casting.
Is judging people. Come in.
Hmm.
This is our A1.
This is our guard number 3. Like, one goes down brutally.
He points to a table. He says, "You can lay the corpse over there," and then goes to a desk and starts a paperwork process. Asks you several questions, gets your names, gets your license information.
Yep.
It's a mercenary organization. And he says, do you know the identity of the deceased?
Yeah, her name is Jen. Flick.
J Lynn. God damn it! I thought I wrote it down.
Jaylene.
I didn't write it down.
Different Dolly Parton song.
Jolene.
Yeah. She's the rogue at Dr. Bodega a couple days ago.
we
Nope.
we
No,
first
you
encountered
were
this.
stationed outside.
Lin Yang. We first encountered this individual at the Shield Bow. Discovered that she had stolen merchandise, a rare sword. We returned that to its rightful owner, and that's what sent us on our merry way to become this band of adventurers. You see before us, we believe she escaped custody sometime prior to last night and came after us looking for revenge, the sword, something.
He thinks for a second, and he goes and starts looking through some papers and some files sitting on the desk. And he says, "So you were involved in an altercation at the Shield Bow, and less than a week ago, and then a few days later, you were involved in an altercation at Sun Sundry's bodega.
That is correct,
And
yes.
now you're coming to the office with a dead body."
Also correct, yes.
This is above 4.
We just started opening the door.
We do realize the optics of the situation aren't shining kindly on us, but I assure you everything is on the up and up.
Yeah, I would disagree with that assertion, Flick. But the most important thing here is I want to make sure the officer feels safe. We're not going to cause any harm here. We're trying to create order. Isn't that right, Orthon? Trying to do what's right.
We can only walk the righteous path.
He says shit like that all the time.
One says, I wasn't concerned before. And now I am a little bit. And he's still like sifting through this paperwork, and he's like, "So I see the report for Sun Sundries, and I see the report about the altercation in the Shield Bow, the unidentified woman, but I don't see any incarceration."
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
We
I
definitely
start to just like pick the body up. And I start to say like, we were never here. Do not mention this to anybody, Juan. You might get murdered. It sounds like you got some moles.
He says, look, put the body down. I can't let you just walk away with it.
Oh, well, you got out last time.
This is our fucking guy.
I put it down.
This is our friend.
Just
campaign long.
Look,
Officer
put the body back on the table. Stay here. Don't leave. I have your names and information. I am going to go get the lieutenant. I'm going to go get the constable.
Can we get a phone call?
What's a phone?
Fuck.
Juan, if I could stop you for just a moment, I understand you have a job to do, but there's something I want to confide in you. Given the nature of our altercation last night, I'm worried that there is a big player in the Thieves Guild involved with this. I am legitimately concerned for our safety and maybe yours as well if this paperwork with our names and yours is easily accessible for prying eyes.
Well, and that's why I want to go get the constable.
Understood.
I don't know you. See, I don't even know if he remembers you littering.
Or if you didn't.
He doesn't. Says, I don't know you. I know the constable, and I am going to. I have to do my job. And my
Understood.
job does not include letting people waltz in with a corpse, get freaked out by a lack of paperwork, and then leave with a body.
A lack of paperwork is fucking terrifying. Bottleton says under his breath.
Don't disagree. Stay here. Don't leave. And he walks into the back of the room through a door and leaves sight. Leaving the three of you in the front room of the guardhouse with
Good. I look around.
Well, the only way this situation could get worse is if she got up and walked the fuck out of here.
I mean, I had a brief moment where I was like, twins. This is the twin.
That's not the only way it could get worse. Just
The constable's the samurai dude.
that'd be fine.
give I'd say like and Flick probably knows. Orthog has passing understanding of this. There's a constable for every level of the city, and there is a guard captain above all of the constables. And the constabulary, the town guard is called the Ivory Horn Guard. And they all wear badges that are carved out of horn to denote, their position, their rank, what level they live on or work on. Their uniforms are all olive green with black trim.
That sounds sharp.
Not sure. Olive green, you say?
It's it's kind of a muted homage to Delic. Delic is more of a forest or emerald green and black. But anyway, after maybe 5 minutes, guard Juan comes back into the front office. And he says,
Guard to you.
Constable Stoutbrew is going to be out in just a moment.
Stout brew? Yeah, surely. Sorry.
Flick, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Stoutbrew is the last name of the guy that owns the shield bow.
Oh,
But
okay.
his name's Milo.
Yeah, okay.
And about a minute after Juan comes out, you see a dwarven man come out, and he's wearing the guard uniform. His badge has the insignia of a constable. And he looks at the three of you and then glances over at the body on the table, and he kind of marches his way over the table, pulls back the sheet off of the face, and says, "Why the fuck isn't she in jail?" And then he looks at the three of you,
Mm-hmm.
says, so she attacked you?
Yes.
Where was this?
Level. It was at the Good Reverend Doctor Victor T. Flacco's establishment, which I think is on level 6.
It's on the 7th.
Seven.
Right. Yeah, it's on the 7th.
7. Thanks.
No notes.
Wow. Yeah.
And he goes over to where Wand is standing behind the desk and kind of like just brusquely shoves one out of the way and starts flipping through the paperwork on the desk. And after about a minute and a half, he slams his fist on the desk and says, "Who the fuck is screwing with my jail?"
Hmm.
Sorry. Didn't introduce myself. Constable Otis Stoutbrew. I appreciate what you did at my uncle's establishment. And I'm sorry that that my people aren't better at their job.
Constable, I think the leather feet might be involved with this somehow.
He gives you a look. Make a sense motive check.
Can I use the versatile performance?
Sure.
Cool. Sense motive.
You don't have to ask. You can always use the versatile performance for those skill checks.
Sweet. I didn't roll fantastic. 14.
14. He casts you a glance, and you pick up from that glance not to talk about that.
Understood.
And he says, one, put her in storage and send word down to the morgue that we have a body for processing. If the three of you would follow me, I'd like to speak with you in my office.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Constable.
I'm gonna go.
You go home.
Yeah, but it's been lovely.
Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Yeah, I'll stop. I don't want to stop the game. I do. Okay. If we go to my place, it is extraordinarily, and whatever is fair during the game for this to be true, please make it true. And whatever is not fair, because it denotes like too much power, don't make it true. It is extraordinarily hard to find. Like, if you go there, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this does make sense. But you
Only
would
once I've been.
never have fucking known that. And it is massive. I mean, I have a farm.
Okay.
Hard to find large. All right.
I've already found it and it's tiny.
Okay, so he takes you back into the constable's office and he gestures you to take a seat. There's it's not so much a couch as it's like a bench with like some thin leather attached to it. There are two chairs, a desk, and then like his chair on the other side of the desk. And once you're all inside, he closes the door behind you and he puts his hand on Flick's shoulder and says, "Don't bring up the Leatherfoot among the lower rank guards.
I apologize.
It's fine. It's just I don't want them chasing their own way to their deaths. There's some effort that is being taken to deal with them, but they're dangerous, and the troll guards aren't really the ones who need to think about or worry about those. If you do need to talk about them with any of the town guard, make sure you speak with a constable. And honestly, I don't think even all of us know about them."
Understood. I kind of make a glance at Bottleton, just like, are we gonna come clean here? We're gonna tell the whole story.
Yeah, I shrug. I give you like a sure. I shrug.
Okay, so, we left off very minor details to Officer Juan. We were attacked in the Reverend Doctor's office last night. We apprehended this individual. A incredibly capable halfling let himself into the good Reverend Doctor's office.
Wait. Who's the good Reverend?
Sorry,
You're saying that as though it's a name.
Yeah, what we call Dr. Victor T. Flacco, who has a office of healing on the 7th floor.
All right. Okay.
One of the prominent members of the Rat Folk Society, and part of our entourage. So retinue. A halfling interrupted our interrogation, promptly ended her life, and left us thinking he could have ended ours as well had he wanted to.
And what business, why did she come to call on you after you had attacked her and beaten her at the shield bow? Why did she come after you?
We took an item off her person. So we have an ornamental sword, and she apparently it was related to a job that she had to finish. So she came back seeking it and made it very clear that if she didn't come out of the establishment with the sword, she would die. And we, being upstanding citizens, returned the sword to its owner, so we didn't have it.
He goes over to his desk, which is like for Orthog and Battleton, this desk is like knee height. It is extremely low. And he spreads out some papers he took from the front office and scans them, and he says, "There's nothing about her having a sword on the report from the shield bow incident."
Yeah, the guards didn't see it. I took that.
So you removed it from her person prior to an active investigation.
Yeah.
We did do that.
And you
We
don't
were-
have a sword anymore?
I appreciate Orthog's generosity. I did that without the knowledge of any of my compatriots. And we returned to the owner because, frankly, we assumed she was a petty thief, and this was a sword that could be returned for some sum of cash. We were able to track down the owner because they had dispatched their own servants to find the sword, and it has been returned.
And who was the owner of the sword?
I look at the group and I say, I don't think we're at liberty to say.
Part of the agreement
You're
was
not going to have a lot of liberties if you stand in the way of this police investigation.
I don't intend to stand in the way of this investigation. It behooves me to help you. But I don't know. You've got me crosswise here because I've got a patron that I need to do right by and you're the law.
Would now be a good time for maybe Orthog to do a diplomacy check and wrangle the group together for the greater?
What? Wait, you want to do a diplomacy check? Do what?
To get Bad Alton and everyone on the same page here and not get him more incriminated to go to jail?
I'm curious how you spin that into a diplomacy check. Like it sounds like more of a bluff check to me. Or what do you
I just
What
feel
are you
like we're
doing
digging
exactly?
ourselves into a hole right here, saying we took stuff, and now we're not going to tell them where we took it to. I think we just need to explain that we gave the sword back to someone of power. I don't.
Zumo Swifthammer. I mean, if you want to lay cards on the table, that's your call. Like that's totally fine.
Yeah. I mean the next thing Constable Stoutbrew is going to do is he turns to Flick and Orthog and says, are you going to be any more forthcoming than your compatriot here?
Constable. I worry if we don't maintain anonymity to this individual, things will spiral uncontrollably. I understand where you stand, and I assure you, we have nothing but everyone's best interest here, including the well-being of the walled city.
He takes the papers of the Shield Bow incident and the things that he took from the front office. And he puts them into a folder and he closes the folder. And he says, I need to understand what is going on. At the moment, there is a significant amount of incriminating evidence against you and a bunch of unanswered questions. Now, depending on what you say, maybe what you say doesn't have to go into an official report, but I need to understand what's going on.
I would be a lot more comfortable being forthcoming if we can keep this out of the official report.
Off the record.
The
Yeah.
weapon that we retrieved was made of
Orichalcum.
orichalcum. We took it back to the vault.
All right, well, I can understand why you might be inclined to keep the vault keeper's confidence. But that definitely, if it was an orichalcum sword, and the woman who stole it was killed by the Leatherfoot, then it's a good bet that they're the ones who had her steal it for them.
Yes.
And what did you tell the what did you tell the Leatherfoot agent about the sword?
It was not in our possession.
Yeah, we did not have it. And he said he did not care if we had it.
Well, maybe he doesn't, but I'm sure they do. Listen. Is there any interaction you had with the deceased woman or the Leatherfoot outside of the incident last night at the doctor's establishment or at the Shield Bow?
Like another time we met these people?
Any other place that they know you'd been? Any information that you can fathom that they had that would connect?
Nothing that we
Nothing.
would be aware of.
I suggest you and your compatriots do not go back to the Shield Bow and do not go back to that doctor's office until, and I don't assume you're going to get this information from me. You might have to suss this out on your own, but until you are absolutely certain that the Leatherfoot are not after you, do not go where they know you might be. This is a big city. You can get lost here. I suggest you do so. At least until this blows over or something happens. Have you been to the Shield Bow since the incident?
Oh, we did go back one time.
We went the night after the incident.
And then where did you go after the Shield Bow?
Go
To the doctor's office.
doctor's office.
All right, so obviously someone tailed you from the Shield Bow back to the doctor's office. Don't give them another opportunity.
We can do that.
I see that your mercenary license is under the Golden Embers Guild. While there's nothing about the Vault Keeper on here, I'm assuming his fingerprints are on this. You might want to talk to him. I am going to have to go through my guards and figure out if it was any one of them that released this Legion. She was supposed to be in that cell for the next 6 days before she went before a magistrate. But she should not have been out. No one informed me that anyone escaped the cells. So yeah, I'm worried that this was somehow managed inside. I'm going to do my job. If you get any more information, send me notice. I would not suggest you come back personally, but I would appreciate any information that you could pass along if you learn anything of note. You might be safe if the Leatherfoots are just concerned about her failing her job and her contract. They might not give a shit about you. But if they think that you might have that sword or have a way of getting that sword back for them, you're in their crosshairs. But I definitely think going forward, stay away from the Shield Bow and definitely stay away from that doctor's office.
He is not going to like to hear that.
Well, would he rather have a matching neck wound to the
We will
woman?
explain to him.
The doctor is a logical man. He'll see reason.
He will understand.
You have a lot of reference for this rat folk individual. I'm aware of him. Did he save your lives or something?
He's been very helpful in our adventuring so far.
Perhaps that's a calling for him. I never got much from my understanding of him aside from a salesman, I suppose.
A week ago, I was just a performer.
Yeah, I think I might have heard you sing or something at Uncle Milo's. But in any case, I'll inform Juan to keep this your arrival and your presence here quiet. But take what cautions you need and protect yourselves.
Thank you for your counsel.
Thank you. Let's get back and break the news.
He goes back and he opens the folder and he looks through the paperwork a little bit as you guys are about to leave. He says, Battleton,
Mm-hmm.
you work for the church.
Yeah, I do.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I haven't left yet. I'm just standing waiting. Standard dead body commission?
Well, I assumed you were going to try to negotiate some kind of fee. And there's no standard dead body commission. There is.
In level 4 there is.
No, there isn't. There is a standard commission for an escaped convict or an escaped prisoner. She was not convicted. He opens up a drawer, pulls out a box, opens it up. You hear the jingling of coin. He takes some, puts it into a pouch, and tosses it across the room to you.
I weigh the pouch. How much is it? Or I weigh it and look in and inspect it. How much is in the pouch?
Make an assay check, dude.
Not
Assay,
a
assay.
huge amount. Looks like about 20 gold. He says, I am fairly certain her crimes account for more than that, but she doesn't have a bounty. All I can do is offer you the escaped prisoner return fee.
And what of the information we provided? I imagine that has a little bit more value than this corpse.
Maybe to someone, but I think I offered quite a bit of information to you too. So let's just call it a fair exchange.
Understandable. We haven't crossed paths. This is our first deal. I extend a hearty hand for a handshake.
He reciprocates.
What and going forward, what would you need from me to feel successful on the console floor? Is there anything I can help you out with? Keep an eye out.
He says, I mean, at the moment, everything seems to be moving along decently. I appreciate your efforts regarding Sun Sundries. We have some processing to do about them Tell you what, if anything comes up, I'll see if I can give you a what do you call it? A post hoc bounty for their capture and incarceration.
Well, let me know, Otis. And until then, Constable, it's been a pleasure, and I'll sure miss your uncle's establishment. So have a pint on me. Have a pint for me. Walk.
Uncle Milo never charges me.
Hell yeah, that's the deal.
Be careful. And he follows you out, and as you get to the front room, he calls the guard one over and starts speaking to him in hushed tones, and gives you all a nod as you leave the building.
We've got to find fucking Narjal's house.
You have the map, right?
I sigh and shake my head, and I pull out this piece of notebook paper with charcoal lines all over it. And just say, yeah, I guess.
Real quick, heading back to Narjal and the good Reverend Doctor. Narjal says, well, I think we need to head back. We need to head to my place. This ain't no good no more.
Regrettably, I'm inclined to agree with you. The doctor. Yeah, I pack up some belongings. I go next door to the coffee shop and tell my neighbor I'm gonna be out of town. I lock up. Put a sign in the window that says "Gone fishing." I, yeah,
It's like one of those novelty signs.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
sell it at
Mhm. I collect some various, tinctures, potions. My small bottle of scotch, rat scotch. Um, I light a very small rat-sized cigarette, and I do the Ben Affleck meme.
Yeah, yeah.
In like outside of the back door of my office, like I do that like leaning against the back door, like, as we're leaving.
Just a tough day.
Mhm. Lock up. All right.
loose job.
Oh, I'm still practicing. I
Let's do
swore an oath.
You could do home visits.
Let's follow Narjal
Right.
to
Yeah, you come out to the winding way. Narjal's just kind of like standing there looking down the path, the decline. And as soon as you like approach close enough, he just says, "Wait then," and just starts walking. No eye contact, doesn't necessarily acknowledge your presence, but starts leading you down. And it is just a slow trudge down the winding way, 9 floors.
Holy shit, that's a long race.
Whoa.
way down.
Till you are in the second sublevel, and then he starts leading you off the winding way to the exterior of the floor. And you are walking down this corridor that is, it seems to be very unkempt and poorly maintained. There is slime and mold growing on the walls. The floors are damp and slick in places. And you are carefully trying not to step in the grossest spaces that are there. And at one point, Narjal says, "Don't step on that. That's mine." And he finally comes to a stop and turns around, looks at you for the first time in this like hour or so that you have been traveling, and says, "Well, what do you think?" And you're just like standing in a corridor in this black space, several levels underground.
What do we think of what?
He just kind of gestures around himself.
The Reverend Doctor leans against the cleanest section of hopefully not moldy wall and fires up another tiny little rat cigarette. Uh, is this your house?
He says, "No, this is a street." And he reaches over and he pushes against like a heavily like moss and lichen laden section of the wall, and there's apparently a door there, and it just kind of like creaks open. It is, "Here we are," and gestures you into the darkness beyond.
Do you mind if I smoke inside?
Says, "I don't mind if you smoke, but don't ash anywhere."
I cuff the left leg of my small rat doctor trousers, ash the end of the cig into the cuff, and say, "Cool, man."
Right then, and he walks in ahead of you.
All right.
Uh,
After you, I say to Orthog.
yeah, you go inside, and well, the Orthog's not there.
Yeah.
It's just Narjal.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is
Yeah.
just me and Narjal.
You're just straight chilling with old Greg on your
Yeah,
own, dude.
that's me. I'm chilling with old Greg. Uh-huh.
You go inside, and there it is, a jungle of fungus and hanging moss and mold and different assortment of myconia. Uh, there are these like shelves and columns that have planters of sorts of soil and refuse. The whole place smells of shit.
Good.
Deep penetrating smell of manure and sewage. And he leads you through this winding maze of like fruiting boxes and things where there's just like a pile that's covered in different mushrooms. Walls that are covered in varying colors of slime mold, and like 2 or 3 minutes into this movement, you have no idea where the fuck you are. And another 2 or 3 minutes, and he walks up to another wall and pushes his hand against the spot in the wall, and there's actually another door there that's just covered in stuff. And passing through that door, you actually get into a living space. It is comparatively very clean, but most things are comparatively very clean to where you were just passing through. And walking in here, the smell of shit is significantly diminished, but not gone.
Uh-huh.
And you see a decently spacious but Spartanly dressed domicile. And he lights an oil lamp and sits down in the only chair next to the oil lamp and pats his hands on his knees and says, "Well, we're here. Make yourself comfortable."
I look around for any other furniture in the room.
There is a
Um,
table and a bed.
can I sit on the bed?
He looks
Uh,
uncomfortable with that, but he just kind of nods and stares off into the middle distance.
Hey. Jen just walked in and the dogs are freaking out. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Okay, I mean, I ask him, so you drew a map for everyone else. You think that they'll be able to get here?
Definitely. It was very clear instructions.
And great job. W- is this so did you just start living here? Is this a squat? Are you off the
No, I
grid,
own this.
man?
This is all mine. Of the
Okay,
paperwork and everything.
paperwork and everything. That amazing.
He reaches the bed right next to you and lifts it up and pulls out like a stack of paperwork that includes like some deeds and lease arrangements and stuff like that.
I mean, I'll look
Filed away for safety. And he
um
shoves it back in there.
well, I'm happy to hide out here with you.
I feel like shit. I'm gonna take a nap.
All right, I'm gonna unpack a little. I walk over to here, have your bed, please. Um, how's the lump on your dome piece feeling?
It hurts.
I apply another round of ungent.
He's
Jen here.
extremely stiff and and seems uncomfortable while you're doing so.
It's all right. I'm a doctor. Um, okay. I mean, I think we're just gonna wait for the dudes. Can they find us?
As soon as you're done, he like rolls over and faces the wall on his side, and he just shuts down.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
Okay, we go back to the other three and the map that Narjal provided.
It's not great. It's not great, you guys, as we're looking at it.
To decipher the map, does anyone want to give me a knowledge geography or linguistics?
He's not local. He's very far away from everything.
Thanks so much.
I can do a linguistics check.
I can do a knowledge geography. Whereas I don't have it. But I feel like my character would know the areas pretty well.
Bill,
I
do
believe
you
your
hang out
character
in
goes to sub-level 2.
hangs out in
No.
Poopville, USA?
Probably not.
Oh hell yeah. I got a 20 linguistics check.
Okay, you pour over this weirdly drawn set of pictographic directions, and you do understand that he wants you to go to sublevel 2 on like the southwestern side of the monolith. And then there's a bunch of other like drawings and arrows and stuff, and you have no idea what that means. But you're pretty sure you need to go to sublevel 2 on the southwestern side of the monolith.
Okay. So, guys, I don't know what most of this shit means, but we need to get to sublevel 2, and we need to be southwest. From there, I don't know. Somebody else is going to have to figure out the drawings of this madman.
Well, let's try to be conspicuous. Head that way.
Okay.
I guess just to pass the time while we're navigating, I do bring up to Warthog and Bottleton. Are we gonna try to come back up here and deal with the vampire? Is that taking a back seat?
No. Well, we will come back up because, to be frank, I have business on this level. I don't have business on wherever the fuck this is. As I look down at this smudgy piece of parchment. But until we talk to the Vault Keeper, it's better to lay low. And I'm sure Narjal has nice accommodations at such a horrifyingly low sub-level pricing.
And I just reaffirm that we will deal with the vampire.
Okay, so you guys make your way down to the second sublevel and go to the southwestern quadrant. And it is it's an interesting space down here. Things are dark. So I think actually Warthog only has low light vision.
Yeah.
So he has a little bit of trouble seeing down here.
I'll cast light on his walking stick / club to help him out.
And everyone give me perception checks.
14.
Nat 1, baby.
Wow. 24.
24. Okay. Battleton, you spend some time, looking at the walls, looking down corridors, switching between that and staring at the charcoal diagram. And after about 10 or 15 minutes of just like having no luck deciphering any of this, you notice just past the edge of the paper, you can see some tracks in the muck on the floor of the corridor. Short, broad boot footprints with a few like clawed paw footprints impressed over them.
It looks like they went this way. I mean, those look like rat claw marks, right?
That's as good of a lead as anything.
Yeah. Onward.
So if they went this way, then that means we're here on this paper. I try to infer the direction they're going and how it relates to where we currently are based on what Flick told me.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh fuck. 13.
13. Okay. You feel fairly confident in that statement.
Cool. Great.
You the three of you wander around these corridors for another half an hour or so, losing and finding the footprints, trying to figure out, which turn they make when the footprints, dry up or there's nothing soft enough to leave behind a mark. And you see a split in the corridor, a turn in the path, and finally you get to a vicinity where like you're pretty sure it's somewhere off of here, but there's no doors because you've followed the footprints and their path has to have ended somewhere here within 30 or 40 feet in either direction. But there's no entryway to anything. There's no signage.
I start reviewing the map. Does it seem like we are at the end of his directions? I'm like, oh, this weird symbol is probably that, and this weird symbol is probably this.
At this point, fuck if you know.
Okay.
Everyone give me a perception check.
God damn.
So that's 12.
I rolled like crap. I got a 10.
Okay. So you guys just like bumble around in the corridor for close to an hour, and you hear a creak, and your attention is turned down the corridor from whence you came, and you see a section of the wall open up, and a like rat head pokes out. And good Reverend Doctor, at some point you realize you're going to need to like get some food, unless you just want to eat raw mushrooms.
I don't, and I only brought so much rat jerky with me.
Right. So you were about to head out to see if you could find, something that passes for a bodega or a grocery store on this level. And when
Cheesemonger, it's full of fungus. They've got to be, fermenting.
Yeah.
curd
You
down
when you
here.
when you finally find your way out of the fungusarium that belongs to
The fungal
Narjal.
jungle, yeah.
Yeah, you find the rest of your compatriots aimlessly wandering up and down the corridors in desperate hopes of finding the entrance to Narjal's place.
I wave to them. They can see me. They have dark vision. They have low light vision.
Good Reverend Doc.
Boys, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Well,
You guys
Yeah.
head over in his direction, and as you approach, you catch that waft of sewage coming.
It's not good in here.
it's not that in here.
Coming from the rat folk.
They'll never find us. That's not, I mean, PU.
Where is Narjal?
He's sleeping it off. He's got a real lump on his noggin. I'm
What's your plan?
simultaneously nauseous and starving. It's disgusting in here. I was gonna go get something to eat.
Disgusting.
Uh, I can't. Let me show you, like, I guess, Narjal's house. Follow me. And I beckon them into the fungal jungle.
You make like one or two wrong turns and have to backtrack a little bit, but eventually you find a way back to
Mm-hmm.
his domicile. And you know, there's a significant amount of space in here with a couple of cots, maybe some extra tables or something. You figure it would be fairly livable for the five of you. But right now it's cold stone floors and walls, and you know, he just has the furniture necessary to suit himself.
Yeah, just a rat and a turtle living in a sewer. Um, yeah, it's rough in here, gang. This is I mean, it's the hideout. They'll never find us, but we're so far away from everything, and it sucks.
That said, on the other side of the monolith is the vault, who's also on sublevel 2.
So
We're on sub-level 2 right now.
yeah,
It's convenient.
Not especially.
No, we can't just go straight across.
Well, I mean, just like getting to Narjal's place to begin with
Not me.
is its own amount of difficulty.
It was this weird damp pocket.
Who
Well,
doesn't love a damp pocket?
ugh. Well, we were.
I think we need to prioritize our objectives here because we kind of got.
Yeah.
We were about to wrap up. You know, we were on a ghost quest, and then all got fucking B&E'd on in the night, and now we're caught up with these fucking Leatherfoots. Like, what are our thoughts now that we're out of harm's way, gang? Gotta put
Well,
that.
I don't. Yeah, I don't love the idea that we're under the Leatherfoots. I would like to think we're not, but there's no guarantee. But I've got a good deal of business to conduct, and I can't do it down here. Flick has a goddamn family he needs to go home to.
I can't stress this enough. If we stay down here, I will kill myself and all of you.
And you know, Narjal, no disrespect, we appreciate you being so uncomfortable in the higher levels for so long. So we're gracious to be made at home here. But the center of the gravity of the group is higher in the city. So I think we should see the Vault Keeper tomorrow and find other accommodations as soon as possible so that we don't damage any of the valuable crop here.
You're a diplomat.
He like still laying on the bed facing the wall. You're not even sure if he's awake. Just I don't know.
Cool.
Narjal, have you ever
I don't really like visitors anyway.
Narjal, have you ever been up top to the top of the top of the column here?
Nope.
Would
Here
you
in the
like
ship.
would you like to?
No.
Well, okay. Goals.
No,
Another
not at all.
day. Yeah, we've got business to conduct. We got to wrap up this ghost. I've got rats that need help. What the fuck? How can we get more Flick? You're passingly familiar with the Leatherfoots.
I mean, they're
You
bad news, man. But it's hard to judge based off the one encounter, right? I mean, he seemed pretty indifferent, but that was a weird fucking guy, and I think that he would have killed us all just as had the coin flip the other direction, right? So, um, we can't live down here forever. I think we try to set up a meeting with the vault keeper. We get any information he may have, and if he doesn't know anything, I say we go back to business as usual. Um, People are going to get hurt by that vampire creature. We need to stop that.
Yeah, I think we got to talk to the Vault Keeper. I think that's the move here.
So I suppose we need to go through our guild contact first.
The guy who did the paperwork?
The 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 gentleman with the guy that beat on the sword and
The Smith?
yeah, the Smith guy.
I don't,
Rush. No, his name wasn't
I
Rush.
mean, I'm okay. I mean, he seemed like a low-level actuary. I think we just go to the man.
Hear me out. If we just show up to the vault keeper's home and we are followed by the Leatherfoot, that could become more problematic for us.
Well, I mean, did they follow us here? Were you guys cautious? Did you take precautions?
We did not.
We're a giant turtle in a freaky shadow, man. We don't exactly like blend in, you know.
Is there our license? We have the commission. Is there a guild office for maybe not, we don't talk to the vault keeper directly, but a
Well,
commissioning
there's the
body?
guild office for the gold members, but that's so you're licensed under them as a team employed by your patron. The actual guild is the blacksmiths guild. So like you guys don't necessarily have business at the guild headquarters.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to go to Dash and request an alliance with Zumo Swifthammer.
I think that's the move. Dash, not rush. Dash.
Give me another barrister check.
Barrister. And 26.
Okay. Oh, that's yeah, this you guys, have some further discussion, and it does at another point, Narjal shows that he has the paperwork and he owns the farm and the space. And I mean, to a certain extent, it is impressive because owning this much space in the city, even on the second sublevel, like, he probably owns as much square footage as the Vault Keeper's mansion. It's just covered in shit and fungus. But the footprint is impressive. As a barrister, thinking about his paperwork, his lease, because nobody owns the space in the
You're always
rent
paying
it.
money on.
Well, you can pay a fee, and it's like until you die, you own this, but it always defaults back to the city.
It's a culture that worships tell.
Yeah. But there's a paper trail, and you realize, well, his name is included in the mercenary license, and his name is on his deed and the lease, and his name is on the report for the incident at the shield bow. and you're like, even here, I mean, granted, it's really fucking hard to find this place, but you could be found, especially if whoever is pulling the strings here can get into the can like pay off guards and get officials to release a prisoner or whatever, then you need a squat that doesn't have your name on it.
Yeah. What I was saying is we go back to the vampire mansion because that is not in our name at all. And there's no legal record, no police report or anything that associates us with it. We were there briefly, but also everyone thinks it's haunted, no one wants to fuck with it. We know it's empty.
So we clean it out and we set up camp there.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. I could look up
Who's our least stealthy party member? Okay,
probably
Orthon,
Orthon.
can we fit this? Can we fit this cloak on you? You still got that cloak?
Yeah.
See if it fits.
It would give him a +2 on his stealth. What is your stealth, Orthon?
What is my stealth?
Yeah.
I
think it's just
don't have it.
No stealth.
He doesn't have a negative or anything, but he doesn't have any
Just
positive.
straight 0. Okay. Slick, what's yours?
Plus 13.
Okay, cool. Reverend Doctor?
Oh, I'm an +8.
Okay.
I'm a rat.
I'm also around that number. I would assume that,
Narjal's +1.
yeah, I was gonna say Nargel's probably not great either. So we could make our weakest link weaker or less weak, but I don't know if that's gonna help much. What do you, I mean, I'm open to discussion. Do we
I
make
think
someone
the
with a 0 or 2? Do we make someone with a 13 or 15?
I think the
I
13 to the 15 sounds better.
okay.
Blah.
I mean, we're just trying to we're spitballing here, and the spitball is, hey, like even though this place is hard to find, a like canny investigator could put the pieces together and locate Narjal's fungatorium. But we want to go back to the ghost squat, and
Yeah.
we just don't want to be tracked while we're on our way there. We all know where the ghost squad is.
Yeah.
We could split up and meet there this evening.
Do we still have those magical rings?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We cast new spells into them.
If we
Yeah.
hung out for a few days, I could put Pass Without a Trace into them. It wouldn't help with the stealth roll, but you wouldn't be able to be tracked to a location. So like you wouldn't necessarily be able to like sneak better, but you couldn't get tracked. If that like there's a difference there, and I'm trying to articulate that, but maybe not so well. But if we're worried about being tracked, that could mitigate some of it. Now I wouldn't be able to get everyone, but essentially, given enough time, 4 or 5 of us could do that. So we have 3 of those, yeah.
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 Now we have 3. We also have remarkably small team members,
Oh yeah.
which has guaranteed daily lifetime uppies.
That is also true.
So you really only need to cast it on 3 people and just have 2 of those 3 people carry someone.
I can hear.
True. But just for clarity though, like I can only do it once a day, right? So to charge those rings is 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't take Dan's point as like, we gotta get out of here now. I take it more as like, yeah, this is a hard place to find, but like, it can and will be found. It's just a matter of when.
Sure.
If we're
I also
really-
don't want to hang out in the poop fields, forever.
Exactly.
No, I've never seen the good Reverend Dr. Victor T. Flacco so physically uncomfortable in a space in my life.
Places like this give rat folk a bad name.
Yeah.
You'll notice there's no rat community down here. There's not. Yeah, there's no Warren. There's no plague. There's just we
There
would
absolutely
never
is a plague down here.
in the shit fields.
The gutter plague is down here.
Ugh, the gutter plague. Please,
It's in your handout.
please. Again, giving us a bad name. Rise above. Let's get to the ghost shack.
So I mean, yeah, so as the move then, we're here for 3 days while Flick charges the rings and we talk to the vault keeper and then we go to the ghost shack, or are you saying like let's go right now?
No, I think that we wait, we talk to the vault keeper, we charge up.
So I mean, yeah, if we crash out for the night, actually, I can charge a ring right now with it. I can
Yeah.
charge a ring tomorrow. But if we can go ahead and have one now. Go see the vault keeper. Maybe get some information, or at least just provide our knowledge to him. Who knows what he'll have for us? Then we go with it. But I think the working assumption is whatever shakes out there. Then we proceed to clear out a haunted house and make it our own.
Yeah.
I agree.
Solid plan.
Doc, do you have sniff you? Do you have cigarettes?
Would you like one?
Please, something to clog my nose. I'd rather smell something else.
Reach into my vest. Pull out a small silver cigarette
Take-
case.
I'll take one as well.
They're rat sized. They're very small cigarettes. They're tiny little rat cigarettes. For Flick, it makes sense, but I put 3 in my mouth, light all 3 with a cantrip. Hand one to Flick, hand one to Orthog.
Bad at all. Do you want one?
No, I
Like,
don't. I don't.
like 1/3 of a Virginia Slim.
Tiny little rat cigs. Yeah.
All the time he doesn't smoke cigarettes because he's seen that graph of like, well, if you don't smoke cigarettes in a year, you could have enough money for a car. Or investment.
He doesn't know what a car is, but he
You know
wants to
it.
be able to buy one.
Yeah.
Just
He's aware of how much they cost in time and money.
just don't ash in the cesspit, I guess, was the only request. You don't want to make
Don't ash
make a-
in the cesspit.
don't want to make a mess.
Yeah, we'd hate to make a mess down
Don't want to
here.
muss the interior.
All right. So what do you guys have in the rings right now?
I have a cure light wounds in my.
I have a mage armor.
And then Shillelagh in the third.
Sure.
Okay. Well, do you want to spend that cure light wounds on Narjal and then get that one filled up first?
Yeah.
So with that cure light wounds, he's topped off. And you guys suffer a few days in the Narjal's farm,
Yep.
getting the rest of the rings filled up. And I guess the question is, it's 10 o'clock now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to call it now and then
Just a cat.
the cat auto feeder just went off, so they
Oh boy. They know.
yeah, anywhere in the house they hear that noise and they take off like rockets.
Oh boy.
It's hilarious. But yeah, like, so if we wait until next week, then we've got everybody participating and
Yeah.
well, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah.
I think we wait for Trevor to move this forward.
Okay.
Also, we need to tell him exactly what we think of his logic.
Yeah, he's gotta hear how terrible this place is.
This
Wow.
this is genuinely awful.
Hopefully,
Remember-
the way I
remember
have
the
described
Heartwood?
it is suitable and appreciable to him. He will. He feels like I did it justice.
Uh-huh.
I think you nailed it. You made Ross very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Disgusting.
That's what I was.
Woof. Yeah. Nailed it.